If I gave you the choice of running a side hustle that could get your clients to react like this,
Are you serious? That's just so good.
and pay you 10 times more money than on other platforms such as Fiverr and Upwork, would you take it? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the side hustle that's helping me generate 10 times more money than the typical way of side hustling, and how you can start this very same side hustle for yourself. But first, we have to go back to March 2023 when a guy called Nat was approaching his 5th year of working the same 9 to 5. Nat's spare time looked like the majority of other people's spare time: gaming, scrolling on social media and watching sports. But Nat realised he wouldn't get the dream life for him and his family by continuing living like he was. So he decided to look into side hustles and how to make money on the side of a 9 to 5. Now's probably a good time to tell you that I'm Nat. So with my desire to find a side hustle that could help me create this dream life I was looking for, I began researching, and I came across a video from a famous YouTuber called Ali Abdul that showed people the kind of money you can make from various side hustles. One of those side hustles is YouTube, and you guessed it, that's why I'm here today. I started by creating videos around music production and music theory until June 2023, when I joined Twitter and read an inspirational tweet from someone that started a side hustle, started making $10,000 a month, and became his own boss. This guy did it by starting his own landing page business, and a landing page is a web page that gets visitors to take one action. And I realised that this was a skill that I'd already picked up from a 9 to 5. So after 6 months of creating content, networking, a trip to Florida, wait, what? I'm working with many clients, I achieved my first $1,000 month charging $500 for landing pages like this. But to show you how I did it and how you can do it too, I need to explain that there are two main methods that you can use to start a side hustle from your home. Method number one is the typical method, which is your short gain, small gain method. Method number two is the underrated method, which is the long gain, big gain method, which gets you 10 times more money. Now for those of you that like it easy, then method number one is for you. Now the short game, small gain method is straightforward. You sign up to an online platform such as Upwork or Fiverr, you create an account filling out all the relevant details about your business and service that you want to provide, hit create account and wait for your first clients to come to you. In fact, instead of making you do this process for yourself, I've gone ahead and done some of the work for you, to find out exactly how much money you can make on these type of platforms and how quickly you can make it. I headed to Upwork and I put in a search for optimized landing page and scrolled through the list of freelancers that popped up on my screen, and it turned out exactly as I thought. These freelancers are making nowhere near as much money as what they could be doing if they were using method 2. And to prove it to you, let's take a look at one of the top rated landing page freelancers on Upwork. So this freelancer started on Upwork in September 2022 and his first job came in at a grand total of $43.33 for 9 hours work. That's $4.80 an hour. It took this freelancer 7 months and 9 jobs to reach his first $1,000. On the other hand, it took me 5 months and 3 paid jobs to reach my first $1,000 month using method 2. But what is it about method 2 that helped me to earn more money much quicker than our freelancer friend, and what is it about method 2 that's going to help you do the exact same? Well, it comes down to 3 things: publicity, market and network. Back in the summer of 2023, I initiated phase 1 of method 2. I'd been creating content on YouTube for around 5 months, but I was finding it hard to produce new videos. I'd lost motivation, felt like I was coming to an end, until I made a visit to an old friend. I came across a post on my feed from an entrepreneur. The post showed how he radically turned his life around in the space of 6 months by starting a landing page business on X. Then of course, I got inspired. I decided to connect with this entrepreneur and start a landing page business of my own. But after working with a few clients, the ball started rolling and my X profile started gaining traction. And after my first 2 months on X, I gained over 200 followers. But what I'm about to tell you is a huge golden nugget, and if I'd have implemented it sooner, then I would have earned a lot more money faster. You see, when I first started working for free, I was working for business owners that didn't have a service or a product that brought in a large amount of monthly income. If I'd have continued working with similar business owners, I'd have continued to work with people that didn't lead me to financial freedom, and the only way to reach financial freedom would have been to work more hours, which would have led to financial freedom but not time freedom. So I needed to work with business owners that were generating a nice monthly income from the service or product so that they could afford to work with me. Luckily, a business owner that was generating a nice monthly income approached me and said that they wanted a landing page for their social media marketing agency. So I created a landing page for their agency, and both him and his business partner were that impressed with the work that I produced and the process that I took them through that they referred my services to their clients and their high quality network, and still do up until this day. But I'm going to show you what it is about this process that I use in my side hustle that impresses my clients and gets them to react like this.
Are you serious? That's just so good.
And makes them want to pay $500 for landing pages like this. Jim Croft is an incredibly talented director and artist. He was coming to the end of a film he'd been working on throughout the COVID-19 pandemic called The Isolation Diaries. Jim wanted to use this film as a lead magnet so that he could get more newsletter subscribers. So Jim approached me through my DMs on X and mentioned that he wanted a lead magnet landing page. Now I knew I had to deliver on this amount that Jim paid, but if there's something that I love doing in my business, it's over delivering for my clients, because it means better results for them but also better results for me. So I wanted to make Jim feel as though he was getting a $4,500 service for the price of $450, which I ended up delivering. But not only that, it made Jim want to continue working with me throughout 2024, and he has agreed to pay a higher price for each project. It's not just about the product, but it's about the value that's hiding beneath the product. I knew how much my service was worth at the time, and for $450, Jim was not just getting a landing page, but he was getting a quality service that provided insane value. Value that made him want to continue working with me even at a higher price. But it all started before the first call, before I even got paid for the project. You see, I had to take a gamble. Jim was either going to follow through and pay for this project or decide not to. By the time I jumped on a call with Jim, I had already mocked up 13 variations of the landing page design to show Jim the value behind what he was about to pay for, and this was his reaction.
Honestly, I'm so impressed. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do next year. I really wanted to outsource. I'd asked a couple of people on Fiverr, and I said, but there wasn't this sort of like good flow like we've automatically got here. So I'm really so impressed with what you've done. I can almost certainly say, Nat, that there's going to be follow-ups with this. So nailing it, really excited. Let's keep it on.
This is where understanding the character of your prospects helps you out. You see, from the conversation I had with Jim in the DMs, I knew how passionate and determined he was about his work. I knew there was no way that Jim would back out of this project because he was determined to win, and win is exactly what I helped him to do. Now Jim continues to support me in his social media channels, which covers a total of 30,000 followers, and he continues to refer me to others. So if you want your clients or future clients to continue working with you and refer you to their friends and high quality network, then over deliver at every single stage. This is what I've done for every single client that I've worked with, and it's helping me to increase my charges in the long run. You see, method 2 is about using X to publicize your business, reach the right market and build a high quality network, which is exactly what led me to working with Jim. But in order to use method 2 effectively and charge 10 times more than you can on Upwork or Fiverr, then you need to have the right strategy, which is why I've created this video to help you launch your very first business on X. It covers my XBM system that helped me reach my first $1,000 month and will help you do the same.